All right, welcome back everybody to another episode of What I Wish You Knew About Your Wedding. Very excited. I have Hope Boat Productions here today, and we are talking about videography in a way that we have not before. Now, we've done episodes in general of talking about videography and just very basic, surface level stuff. But today we're going to get deeper into it. We're diving deeper into wedding videography and some very specific topics. Happy to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And I love that also you have your own show, and that's amazing. And I'm excited to be a guest on your show very soon.
Yes, very soon.
Very soon. And, you guys are really an amazing couple. And it was really a pleasure working with you on that wedding.
Wife's off camera.
Yeah, wife is off camera. And it was really a pleasure working with you guys. And you guys were just so professional. And we had some great conversations. So I'm glad and excited and honored to have you on the show. Why don't you tell the audience just a little bit about you guys and your company and services, et cetera, experience?
Definitely. So first of all, Scott, I like the fact that you mentioned that we're going to go deep. Because as my wife will tell you, I like to go deep. She's saying no. That's pretty much the brand right there.
Yeah.
Is that just being able to have fun with couples, man.
Yeah.
You got to love what you do when you do weddings, or you hate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not one or the other. There's no middle ground. So, man, I'm old. The Asian blood is a good thing. It's like a vampire blood where I don't look like I'm aging too much. Right. But I've been doing this over 20 years.
Wow. 20 years.
When I started, it was like these big hulking cameras, and then the DSLRs came out and we got all excited. I got to a point now, man, where I shot a quinceañera and I've shot their wedding. I shot a quince and stayed long enough in the business to shoot their wedding.
Right,
and to shoot their maternity shoot.
That's crazy.
I hope I don't shoot the quince of their
dad.
That'd just be way too many generations.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of things. We do like maybe 40 to 50 plus weddings a year.
Nice.
Aside from the other projects that we do of like music videos, commercials, movies sometimes. And so that really gives us a really well-rounded way of approaching weddings in general. Yeah. With the weddings and events still at its core. So we do photo and video. Today we're going to talk more about video.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my general experience. I mean, and I like emphasizing the fact that we're kind of well-rounded. We don't only do weddings, because that means that I'm able to use some of that experience from the other things to bring it into the wedding stuff that we do. So it's just a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And then, like I've mentioned it before in certain pieces, I think, but like it's like little unknown fact. I'm like also SAG-AFTRA union actor, right?
You are?
Yeah. So, and that for me, because I've done improv classes and acting classes, and I've performed in front of people, it makes it like when people are always like I'll get compliments. Sometimes like, oh, you handled that so well. Like that was great. Like the vamping, the ad-libbing. And I don't tell them why or how, but I'm like, oh yeah, I was like, thank you. Like I'm glad I could make that, smooth that out, make that work, that transition.
So that's why you're comfortable being in front of the camera and like emceeing as a DJ.
Yeah, for sure. Like it comes really easy to me.
Was acting first and then DJ?
No, DJing was first, and then acting/stunts became kind of like
stunts.
Yeah, actually, a movie just came out called The Workout. I did a bunch of stunts in that movie, nondescript stunts. It just came out on Amazon or something.
What?
But anyways, no, but that's all to say that you having that extra experience, I know from doing film and being on commercials and music, I've been in music videos. I understand how absolutely how that's more than just weddings. And it gives you I feel like it gives people who do other things outside of their primary business or whatever. It gives you more creativity, more ideas and ways to approach things. And then also I think absolutely it helps. Like I know all that experience that I have helps me think about how to approach things.
And it goes back and forth too, because as a cinematographer on a film, because I'm used to all these crazy environments that we have to shoot in as a wedding videographer, I can make things happen in the cheap and look good.
Yeah.
So directors and producers really like me for that. And I can do it fast because in weddings, I got to move fast.
Yeah,
And
really
I
fast.
got to know my tools like the back of my hand. I got to know lighting like fast and intensely. Like with photography, no one cares about this, but maybe other fellow photographers would. I can see a flash, like someone else's flash,
Yeah,
and within like a 90% accuracy, I can know their settings. Sometimes
really.
even just from hearing it,
No
especially if it's the
way.
right brand.
That's insane.
My wife and I play this game where if we're in real life, we'll go, okay, what are the settings for this? And then she'll go, okay, assuming it's 1600 ISO, it's going to be 2.8 and 125. And then we'll guess, and then we'll take a camera and see who came the closest. We're weird. It's a weird
Yeah, no,
marriage.
it's fun. Hey, it's fun.
It's fun.
It's
It's
fun.
fun.
It's like nerdy camera,
Yeah.
video, photo stuff. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I get it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let's get into the main topic of this episode. Now, this is like the parent topic.
Is this about my exotic dancing background?
It is.
It is?
We're about to get into it. So I hope you're ready to do a demonstration too.
I mean,
okay.
I wasn't prepared, but I can. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. No, we're good. Let's get into like this is actually truly a big question that a lot of couples ask on various forums like Reddit, Facebook. It's similar to the "Do I really need a DJ?" question. But the big question is, in your opinion, like, do couples need? Do they need? It's very specific. Do they need wedding videography? Is it more of a luxury than an essential need? I would just love to hear your thoughts on the idea of when a couple asks, do I even need wedding videography? Like, do I need it? I have photography. Most people, that's pretty standard. But what are your thoughts on just that question? Like, you know, when a couple asks that, or you see those questions online, et cetera, I'm sure you've seen it too. I'm sure you have some strong opinions about that.
Well, the first thing is depends on how much alcohol they consume, because that's how much they're going to remember.
That's an interesting way. That's
no, I mean, it's a joke, but no
it's a joke, but no, you're right.
Right?
No, yeah.
Because so one of the things that you hear from couples is the whole thing just went by.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
And I don't even, and actually I did an interview yesterday with a couple and they were like, I didn't even see my welcome table. I don't remember my welcome table at all until I saw it in your pictures. Right. They're like, yeah. And she picked everything out for that welcome table, but she never even saw how it got executed on her wedding day because she was so busy with everything.
Oh yeah.
And then to overwhelm and to joy and all that kind of stuff. Real answer. Do they need videography or not? Non-joke answer. Oh, probably more than photography. Because here's what I always tell couples when they're on the fence, okay? Because they'll say they consult with me and they're like, oh, we just need a photo. And I'm like, oh, hi, do you already have a videographer? And they're like, no, we're just not sure about it. Okay. When you capture a memory, let's say I'm usually the official photographer and my wife is the official videographer in our team up. When I capture a photo that I'm proud of, let's say like a speech, and like someone's crying and someone's telling that speech, you cannot cry again for my photo. You cannot laugh again for my photo, no matter how great my photo is. But when you hear that again, you can respond again. Because that hearing part just makes a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
Right? You can, and I tell people like, imagine when's the next time that people like this are gonna talk to you about you in this way, where they're gonna just pour out all their feelings to you and all you're so amazing, you've been there for me, blah blah. They will not pour that out to you.
2 times in life.
When are they gonna do it again?
2 times when you're dead.
When you're dead.
There's 2 times in life that these types of events happen. Yeah.
You will not even hear it.
Yeah.
So you might as well capture that. A phone's gonna capture that? I'm sorry. No, because there's a bunch of chatter all around you. That audio is not going to come in clear. That hand's going to be moving around. No, that's not how you want to remember that. You want to remember it as pristine as possible. Another thing, from having done this for so long, I've learned throughout time, my couples tell me that the humans that they created, i.e. their babies, end up watching it more than them.
Wow.
And that just touches me so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's the impact that what we're delivering to their lives is that the kids are watching it, which makes me start to think about, when you walk into someone's home and you see that black and white photo of the grandparents and their wedding day. And I start to wonder, what are these videos going to be like in the generations to come? Like, what place will these memories that we're creating be for their
Right.
grandchildren, so on and so forth. We never got a chance to see our grandparents living and
No.
breathing,
Yeah.
but our kids' generations will.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Oh yeah. No,
We're
I
the
think
first
about that all the
generation for that.
time. Like how much social media, like even if people aren't creating it for a professional purpose, just for like people that have more like the family friends, hey, look what I'm doing type stuff.
Mhm.
I think it's so cool that it's all being documented, because kids, as they get older, they will be able to go back and be like, wow, like this is like I can almost, you can almost see your parents, like you could, because especially the newer generations, right? Like where they are starting with cell phones, like, you know, it's crazy, but like
Really?
third, fourth grade, like, you know,
Our
and
kids?
yeah, and they're already documenting.
you know why
They're
I got-
already documenting,
I
you know?
got them those because my wife and I realized like we want them to start filming their lives because we want
Yeah,
those memories.
right.
Because we can't get in there the way
Yeah.
they can. So yes.
It's very interesting.
And that's like an anthropological study of the impact of video and the accessibility of video to our generation.
Yeah.
But with this extra special day, like a wedding, you don't want it just in these hands. You want it in professional hands that can capture it well. That, again, generations can later consume and appreciate.
Yeah.
So do you need it? Yeah, probably more than photos,
Yeah.
you know? And there's such a wide range of affordability, and you know how it goes.
Yeah.
With
for
weddings,
sure.
you could be looking at $1,000 wedding videographer that may just be starting and is full of passion and hungry for it.
Yeah.
You know, and you might be able to get a good product out of that versus like, you know, you can find a $10,000 wedding videographer too. One might not be better than the other. It's all, there's
Right.
talent, there's business acumen, there's so much that goes around that. But absolutely, you
Yeah.
need it.
No, it's you brought up like something that I had not ever thought of, and I know it was like a little bit jokey, but it's like so you know, I make little POV highlight videos, and the couples don't even really realize that I'm doing that most of the time. And I sent one once, and the groom was like, he literally said, he's like, I don't remember 90% of this. He said that. He's like, this is crazy. He's like, thank you for this, because I don't remember. And they were heavy drinkers. Like, so what you're saying is no, it's I've never thought about that. Like, but you know, it's like they didn't have video, but I took a bunch of POV shots and I gave it to them, and they were just so thankful, because like he literally said, I don't remember most of this.
Oh man.
Most of it. He's like, this is crazy, because they were already drinking before ceremony. I mean, the party was already started well before we even got into ceremony. So by reception time, I think it was just all a blur. And I know that's not the majority of people, but that's a good handful of weddings where they, you know, they're drinkers. They're
Mhm.
drinkers.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's there.
yeah.
It's going to be a big part of a wedding day. You know, the other question, like sub questions to that, is what type of memory? Because the most typical deliverable is the highlight video.
Yes.
Right? But then there's also, some of us deliver documentary cuts. To me, if you're going to invest money extra, let's say on top of more shooters or what, I'd say better money spent on that documentary cut, because that's your closest thing to reliving your entire wedding day.
Right. Can you dive into that? So can you explain for them what highlight versus documentary cut is, just like so they know?
Sure. Difference.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, what is the difference between highlight and documentary cut? Highlight video will still tell the whole story of the whole wedding day, right? You still see the getting ready, you still see little details, you still see all the major scenes that happen.
Mhm.
Some videographers will tell it in a more linear way, some will tell it in a more mismatched, like cuts back and forth through different
Right.
scenes way. Either way, it should give you the feeling that you generally knew what happened for the
Okay.
whole wedding day.
Yeah.
You should have gotten little tidbits of speaking, a little bit of vows, a little bit
A
of
little bit
speeches,
dancing, a
a
little
little bit of dancing. So that's going to be around 5 to 10 minutes, let's say. Documentary cut, it's almost a documentary feature film length. It's going to be an hour and a half, 2
Wow.
hours.
Okay.
And you're going to get an entire scene of just getting ready, an entire video montage of just the photos being taken, an entire scene of just the groom getting ready. You know, you get the entire multi-camera cut of the ceremony, which is part of our standard package, is the multi-camera cut of ceremony. But on top of that, like, you know, the full grand entrance,
Mhm.
you know, maybe some of them did like some funny dances
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
silly stuff
Right.
that you only got snippets of from the highlight,
Yeah.
but now you can see that whole thing.
Right.
the formal dances. That's another thing. If you dance with your dad, dance with your mom, like that includes the entire version of that. You're probably not going to rewatch it every year, but the fact that you have it and that you're going to be able to have those memories kept,
Yeah.
you can relive the entire
Yeah.
wedding day if you want to.
Yeah.
And none of my clients, I'm doing this 20 years, so none of my clients are like in their senior citizens yet. But I'm really curious to see like what role in that age range
Mhm.
that these videos that we filmed will take
Yeah.
in their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which got to get there first to see
Right.
like the impact. Oh gosh, there was something important I was gonna throw in there about all this. I'll bring it up if
Okay.
it comes out again.
It's one thing that I think about is when the weddings are happening. There's one thing I consistently think about, and that is one of my favorite things to capture. And even though I'm only getting like 10, 15 seconds of it, is I love getting the parent dances. Because parents, we don't know how long they're going to be around or how much longer. And I think that's like, I think it's an underrated like moment that people, I don't think until their parents pass, like they're going to like realize how important that moment really was, because I think to look back and be able to watch a video and relive that moment, I think that's something amazing that I don't really think couples think. I think about it as the DJ. I think about it. I think about like, years down the line, I think they're definitely going to want to rewatch that. You know what I mean? Like when mom or dad or whoever, when they pass, like if you could have photos, but if you have this amazing video and you, like you said, maybe more documentary style, it sounds like, where you get more of that,
even more
like
memory.
I think that's definitely a core time where someone's going to want to go back and watch that video and watch that video and just look for all the moments where they could see their mom or dad laughing,
and
having a good time, dancing together, hugging.
And contrast that with like flipping through pictures.
Right.
It's just different.
It's way
moving,
different.
it's breathing.
Yeah.
And I just remember that really important piece of advice that I need to always get out to people. Hard drives, thumb drives are not permanent fixtures.
Right.
Hard drives, thumb drives can die.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you receive precious once in a lifetime memories like this, do not keep it just in a thumb drive that we give you.
Right.
Do not just keep it in one hard drive. Every few years, you're going to want to transfer this into whatever newer technology there is of safeguarding these memories. And you want them in a cloud somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely in the cloud. Yeah.
You don't want to happen to you what happened to my wife and I, which
our
wedding video is stuck in an old hard drive and we don't know which one.
Oh my God.
We don't know which one because we never, I was trying to surprise her with it. It never made it to DVD because when we married, it was still DVD.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want that to happen where you don't know your wedding video. So put it in the cloud, upload it to your own Instagram or Facebook or wherever so that you don't lose these memories. Because unfortunately, it's really annoying that we don't have these physical things like DVD or Blu-ray anymore.
Yeah.
To safe keep.
Yeah, we don't.
And having print's good too because it's harder to lose a big fat album than the files.
Yeah. No.
So
that's an interesting thing because I've had some conversations about that with photographers and they're all saying echoing the same thing, like get it printed, not just the digital, like getting it printed is there's so much value in that. And that co-aligns with what you're saying about the video, like having duplicates or copies or having it in the cloud. Super important. I definitely agree because hard drives go bad. Me and my wife had a hard drive go bad. And we were able to recover most of it, thankfully. But we sent another hard drive off before, and like it was unrecoverable. So it's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's bad news, man. It's bad news.
You know what too? The old hard drives that have spinning in them, they have at least death throngs of like, I'm about to die, right? But the new hard drives, SSDs, they don't.
They don't. Yeah,
they're quiet.
They're quiet,
and they just go, I'm dead.
Yeah, they just die.
That's not cool.
Yeah, they go corrupt or whatever it is. So, okay, let's get into this. This is we've answered a lot of, we've kind of like covered some of the questions like already in the sense of what I want to ask you, but I do want to ask you about this. this is how would you recommend someone goes about hiring a videographer? Like, do you have what would you encourage people to do? Like, because here's the right, okay, here's the dangerous thing about today. And I'm sure you've seen it, is people, and I know it's happened to a lot of people, a lot of professionals, especially the good ones. People posting work that's not theirs.
Ooh.
And putting it on their pages or website. And then people, I just saw this big like thing with some video guy on social media, people calling him out, and it's like getting like, there's people that like scam, collect money, cancel, like there's all like, what are the red flags of like, okay, like, or suggestions when people are looking for a videographer like that I would think that's really, a big thing.
Yeah. And we have run into some of those.
Yeah.
Where some of the couples that came to us have had experiences like that, which is so unfortunate.
Right.
It's so horrible. One of them just like they already paid in full, and
Ghosted.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to make sure to be so caring in dealing with that customer, because I had to make sure that she has all the safety precautions in place with me.
Yeah.
I even like modified some of my ways of interactions, because I wanted to just keep her feeling extra safe.
Mhm.
Because dude, like, you got burnt,
Yeah.
and it was for photo and video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. So how do you go about choosing a videographer? And I'd say video and photo.
Yeah. Sure.
It's about the same.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
The best way, one is, it's probably obvious, but if you've already had the experience with them, i.e., you're a guest in a wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and you got a good impression of them, and you saw the posts and you loved it, then reach out. Because always, word of mouth is always still going to be the safest, because at least there was already
Right. There's always some established
precedent,
Yeah.
Interaction. But if you're starting from scratch, and I mean, ask all your vendors, whoever vendor you already have, even
That's a good idea. Yeah.
especially like your venue, it's going to be your first vendor, right?
Right.
Ask the wedding venue if they have people, and then hit those up first. Okay, here's a harsh truth, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like these wedding venues super vet out.
Nope.
It's not like this really harsh vetting process.
No.
But there's a low level of vetting in that, if one of those vendors in the vendor list does something stupid, and the venue knew about it, then at least they get kicked off.
Yeah, they do get kicked
So
off.
you do have to do something really dumb
Mm-hmm.
and really
Yeah.
piss off a client
Yeah.
to get kicked off. So it's not foolproof, but it's one level
It's better than
safer.
nothing. Yeah.
Right? So if you go through all that process from your friends, family, or venue recommendations, if you're going from complete Instagram, you're just
Mm-hmm.
Googling, Instagramming, one cool trick is you look for some of their latest posts, and usually we would tag a bride,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can actually DM that bride that was tagged and ask them for their experience with this particular
Right.
vendor, and say, "Hey, did you like being photographed by so and so? How was your experience having them as videographer?"
Yeah.
That's a direct way,
That's a good one. Yeah.
right? That one's not as obvious to people, and I think even just contacting one might already make you feel really good,
Yeah.
right? Next one is, this is but I don't know if everyone does it. The reviews.
Yeah.
Make sure the reviews are good.
Mm-hmm.
Do read through the reviews also, not just like the star ratings. Like us, we had one star, and it was one of the most unfair 1 stars ever. I don't know if you've dealt with this, but like,
Not yet. It's coming for me.
it was a Groupon that we had discontinued,
Mm-hmm.
and this person reached out about that Groupon, and we're like, we're not honoring that anymore. It's a done Groupon. They 1-starred us for
Oh,
not.
yeah.
It's like, come on,
yeah,
we didn't even do business together.
Yeah, that's off the wall though. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
right? It's and then for photo and video, have a really in-depth consultation with them. Really talk to them. And I'm not going to tell you to be like, oh, what camera are you shooting on or what? No, I mean, understand their packaging, understand like how the money is and the contract works. That's a given. But really go for the feel of that person.
Yeah.
Especially the photographer. That photographer is going to be on you the whole day more than any other person, actually. You're going to interact with that photographer more than maybe your spouse.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than the wedding planner, because the wedding planner is kind of off doing things.
Multiple things, yeah.
But photo and video are going to be on you.
They're with you.
White on rice.
Right.
I'm an Asian. I can say those things. And so it better be fun, and you better enjoy their company. The directions they give better not be making you feel awkward. You just have to really enjoy them. And if from the get-go you're already kind of having an awkward interaction from just a consultation, then that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
And before I forget, one real big piece too is, anyone can enter this. They can buy a video camera, but buy these DSLRs, and they can just start shooting and call themselves a videographer.
Yeah, just like a DJ too, laptop and a controller, and you're a DJ. Yeah.
Right. It's a low bar to entry, right? But not everyone can run a business.
Right.
How well do they run their business? Because that's really going to impact you, especially even after the wedding for videographers and photographers. Post-production, editing is hard.
Right.
And so turnaround time, find out what their turnaround time is for video, especially for video, because it's harder than photo, I'd say. And then second, how quick do they get back to you, especially during the sales process? Are they pretty responsive? Because during the sales process, when they haven't booked you yet, they're not being that responsive and they need your money.
Yeah.
How much better are they going to be after when they already got your money?
Correct. Yeah.
So that you can imagine a drop off in responsiveness after that.
Yeah, because they have the money. And it's like, okay, yeah.
So, and with videography, and you're done for DJ, you're done after the wedding day.
Yeah.
But photography, videography, we still got to deliver after the wedding.
Yeah.
So we better be good at communicating. So
no, that makes sense. That makes sense. What do you think about? I've encountered this before, and I think it's really unfortunate when it happens. It was not too long ago actually. I was working a wedding, and the video and photo, like they didn't know each other, didn't seem familiar with each other, never been to the venue, and the photographer was just so rude, man, so rude. And then come to find out that I asked the other guy, I said, "Hey, are you guys same company?" He's like, "Yeah, technically we're the same company." And I was like, "That doesn't sound good." I was like,
independent contractors?
I told him, I was like, because I'm just gonna tell you that guy's being really rude. Like the couple's not having a good experience. And he's like, yeah, he's like, okay, he's like, here's the deal. He's like, we work for this. I can't remember the name. We work for this company, and it's some like nationwide type deal.
Oh, like George Street.
I don't know. I don't know what the name.
There's very few.
Okay, there's only a few.
Yeah.
But like, how often would you say that happens to couples where like they're hiring a videographer, they think they're talking to whoever's going to be there on the day, but then it's not that. It's just their team, or they can like basically essentially completely subcontracted out. So it's like, you're hiring me as your DJ. We're having this great conversation, but then I don't even, without warning, it's just like, DJ so-and-so shows up and you're like, oh no, like,
that pisses me out. That pisses me off, man. That's horrible.
But it does happen. We are aware of it apparently.
More often than I thought that it should be happening.
Yeah.
That it just confounds me. It's the obvious answer is just you nowadays have to ask, hey, are you the one doing the thing for me?
Right.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah. I want to talk to that person.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like when we have our associate shooters as well. And when I get an inquiry and someone's hitting me up, and even from the phone, I'm like, okay, I'm not available. My wife and I are not available,
Yeah.
but we have Trinity and Sean, who was in your podcast.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Trinity and Sean are available. Here's some of their work.
Yeah.
Prices are the same as my website, though.
Mhm.
You know, because
Yeah.
they're going through us. But I'm upfront, like right away from that.
Yeah.
And then if they, okay, cool, we like that work. Sweet, you're good with work. You like the price. Okay, let's have a meeting
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the wedding industry is a very unmitigated. There's no governing bodies.
No. Yeah. Right. Right.
So it's a wild west of business practices.
Yeah.
And so you have to really protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to ask all these tough questions.
Yeah.
I always like to get all the tough questions done first, and then we can just chat.
Right.
You know, but that's really the only way to protect yourself is ask explicitly, and you're the one shooting it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever you're talking to. Yeah. I think it's unfortunate that people have those experiences, but it seems to me, I think, because I've been doing this 17 years and I've seen it more now than before. Where
On the DJ side?
No, on the like photography video side, it seems like the people that are coming, it's like there's no connection between them and the couple. So it's almost like they are just a team. Like it's not like, I just don't. It used to be, for me, it used to be like, yeah, like the video and photography, they seem very familiar. Maybe they did their engagement shoot, maybe they've done other stuff, but now it seems like it seems like there's a lot more of these companies that are bigger where you're getting a videographer, you're getting a photographer. Like it's not, and the experience, I think the experience is less personal. It's like they're going to send you a questionnaire and you're just going to fill that out and like, yep, your photographer will be there. It's just, I think some services, and it could be economy driven or whatever, but I think some services are getting more impersonal because the more impersonal it is, the truth is behind that is that the more impersonal it is, the cheaper it gets.
It could be.
Because when we as vendors are spending time, that time is factored into what we're charging, the time that we spend, you know what I mean, with the couple and on the event, right? It's kind of, or is it not, if it's not that way for you, it's kind of that way for me. It's like, if I'm doing an event, then I know I'm going to spend all these hours outside of the event. That's worked into the rate because if I'm just showing up, like you're getting a DJ, like, yeah, dude, I'll do that for super cheap because I'm not spending any time. It's going to be a very disconnected experience, but I'll, like, okay, like you need a DJ last minute type thing.
I guess the only reason you might be getting like a contradictory expression in my face is because it's something that my wife and I do talk about expanding into more teams. So we have some teams, but not too many.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe because of our business ethic, I'm much more hesitant because I want to make sure that the quality of the experience remains.
Yeah.
It's easier to control the quality of an image or video. I can train people on that. But customer service, that's what I want to keep.
Right.
And making sure that they're fun people to be around.
Yeah.
That's much harder to train.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of our hesitation is making sure that the client experience is just as high. And the economics of that, and making sure that, like, can we keep it affordable while keeping the quality high? So that's a business talk, and I don't want to bore them.
No. Yeah, no, but I mean, but it sounds like, to me it sounds, but this is the thing is you're going to be upfront and be like, this is going to be your person. Let me, like, that's what, so I have 2 other DJs. And so, but I do the same thing. Hey, I'm not available, but if you're okay, I have these other DJs and you can talk to them and then you can make a decision. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you'll get a DJ. Like, like, hey, fill out this questionnaire and we'll send somebody on the day. Don't worry about it. You'll be covered. Like, I think that is happening today more often than it ever was before. And again, I think it's economy driven because it's cheaper to have a website and a business line,
It's a
and
business
then
person
and
trying
then
to
just
scale.
subcontract it out,
Yeah, you're trying to scale.
and
basically.
just find a DJ who will accept the rate, or find a photographer. Go post it up somewhere. Hey, I got an event. I need coverage. This is the rate. Anybody who's willing to take it, it's yours. I mean,
Oh man, that sucks.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
what's happening. But no, that's all great advice as far as the red flags and what to look for and questions to ask.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
That I realized I thought you were going to ask this
Go ahead.
when you were talking about the dynamic between a
Yeah.
photographer and a videographer.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get hired just as a videography company,
Mhm.
and there's another photographer there already.
Mhm.
And there could be this animosity between a photographer and a videographer, and a clash of fighting for the right spot, and basically, like, one time, one of the worst experiences I had was there was this fashion photographer
Okay.
that was shooting the wedding, and we were going to be the videographers. We get into the hair and makeup. Photographer sees us, and he's like, he goes to the bride, "Who's your priority? Is it photo or video?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, dude."
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and there are, because there's some videographers.
That's such a weird, like, a stressful thing to put on, like, a
Bride?
bride on her wedding day. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, that's the last thing they need.
And in fairness, there are some videographers that just want to get their shot. They're holding their gimbal. It's a stabilization thing. And they're flying around and not thinking about the photographer, and getting in their way.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like, we'll have some tripods, and a photographer might just walk right in front of that tripod and be like, "Come on, like, we're trying to get that shot too."
Yeah.
And I'm bringing this up because that's another thing to bring up to your
To ask about.
potential videographer. Hey, how well do you work with other teams? Of course, we're all going to say
Yeah.
that we do it well.
Yeah.
But I'd be looking out for the ease of that answer,
Yeah.
how quickly they volunteer information on how they go about working with another team.
Right.
Because if you ask me that, I go, "Oh, other photographers love us."
Yeah.
Why? Because first of all, we let them lead,
Mhm.
because I know photography, it gets more scrutinized.
Yeah.
We have a little more forgivability in video, because the subject is moving.
Yeah.
So you can't scrutinize a moving subject as much as you do a frozen subject that
Right.
and then,
Missing a shot, etc.
yeah, and missing a shot. We have moments that we capture, not one shot. So I always let the photographer really lead where things are going to happen and how they happen. And because I'm a photographer, I help them with the things that they need.
Mm-hmm.
And our thing is, like, right away when a photographer gets there, we try to be as helpful as possible. And so this is what I'm telling brides, that if you're going to hire us as videography, I will right away try to endear ourselves to the photographer
Right.
and say, "Hey, if you need my help, I'll help you carry stuff, however else we can be helpful to you.
Yeah.
We're there." And I tell this to the bride, and that helps them understand.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a surface level answer, or like a hesitance in that answer, then I don't know, you might want to actually talk to other photographers they work with. I don't know if you want to go that far, but
No, it's not. It's not a bad
'cause
idea.
you don't want friction.
Yeah.
You want all the vendors working together as to help you
Yeah.
have the best experience.
And I hate, and it's like, yeah, I hate to say it, but like, yeah, sometimes it just seems like two different teams, two different, two, like, just butting heads. Like, I mean, I've seen it before. I've seen it, and it's not a good experience for the couple. It's just not, when they're like competing in a way. Yeah, not good.
Another question might be, how many videographers do you need?
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, from your experience with photographers, have they answered that question of how many photographers should you have?
So it just depends. So far what I've found is, as far as needing one shooter or two shooters, it sounds like it depends on, like, the size of the event a little bit, like, and what they want. So if it's from what I've heard, if it's from, like, getting ready all the way through, like, obviously you need more than one shooter, one to be with bride, one to be with groom, like, so you can do simultaneous. Sometimes bride's getting ready somewhere totally separate than the groom. So it seems like it depends on the needs of the event, whether you need single shooter or two shooters. Because a lot of the weddings I do, I would say majority of them are 2 shooters at least. I've seen 3 before. I've never seen 4 photographers. I've seen 3. And then some of the smaller events I do, it's a single shooter, but like they're getting ready. Like they're not doing getting ready. They're not doing getting ready. They're starting at ceremony. Like so I've seen a lot of single shooters, and then video is the weird thing for me. Video is the most like questionable thing for me because okay, this is why. Because when I've seen it all. I've seen it all when it comes to video, like everything. I've seen one guy with one video, one camera.
One camera?
Yeah, and what he does is ceremony, he'll have it center, he'll pick it up, he'll move it, he'll get an angle of the bride, he'll pick it up, he'll move it, he'll get an angle of the groom. And I'm assuming he's just putting a highlight probably anyways.
Sure.
So I don't know how important it is that he only has one camera. And then not only that, but then it's just like a little recorder attached to the external recorder, like microphone recorder attached to the speaker. So he's not even pulling the audio.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's like the what in my mind, and I'm not trying to insult anybody out there watching this, but in my mind, that seems like very low end.
That's a yikes for me.
Has to be cheap, has to be super cheap. If you're paying a lot of money for that, I think you're getting ripped off. But here's this is the weird part. That guy that they hired, I mean, maybe hers, maybe their videos on social media look amazing. Like, maybe they look,
Sure.
Maybe somehow they pull it off. And with editing, like you said, there's more forgivability, right? Like, so it's like maybe the highlight, the 2 minute highlight video looks amazing. Even it's just one dude in a camera, maybe he makes some kind of amazing edit. So that's why they hired them. But then, maybe they don't ask those questions like how many cameras, how many people. And then I also get where I feel like the opposite, where I feel like it's way too much, way too many cameras, way too many people. And I'm like, I don't think they needed all this. Like, I don't.
What's the worst that you've seen?
What do you mean? Like,
way too much.
I think like 6.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, 6. I think I've seen up to 6 people just for video. And I'm like, I don't. And now let me tell you what that tells me. I think inexperience. When I see when I see that over the top, I think these are, I tend, again, not to offend anybody, but I almost, just as someone who doesn't know the industry, I assume that these maybe people are newer. They're worried about missing something. So they feel the need to have all this coverage because they want a good final product. And I feel like they don't know how to do that with less cameras or less people. That's my opinion.
Interesting.
And that they have so much lighting and so many people that it's like my mind goes to the opposite. Like the guy with one camera, no, he knows he can do it. Like he already knows he can pull it off. He's confident in this one camera. You know what I mean? Like that's so not that I think that's good that he's only showing up with one camera. I think that's just as questionable as the 6 cameras. You know what I mean? Because it's like, why do you need
6 cameras, not 6 humans?
Yeah. 6 people, 6 cameras.
6 humans?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Okay.
like big, like, and that tells me like, I feel like, and they seem scattered, but like the more people you have, of course it's going to be more chaos. Like, directing people like, oh, go get this, go get that, and get the cake. And, these guys are all over the place because it's like they're trying to capture literally everything. So for me, it feels like inexperience because they don't have it nailed down what their process is or what shots they need, like a shot list of like, we just need this. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that in between having 2 people with 3 cameras, that's what I see the most.
Speaking of experience, one of the things I always tell people is the way that you'll know how experienced a photographer or videographer is at weddings is by how much they run. Because when you've done it long enough, you know exactly what's about to happen.
Yes.
And you're a few steps ahead of that. But the new ones are stressed and they're like, oh, is that good? Oh man, they're clinking. And they're running after every shot. That shouldn't be the case. When I train people, it's never about the technical part of like, oh, shutter speed, ISO.
Yeah.
It's about knowing the wedding pattern.
Right.
And it's a predictable pattern. If you've done it enough times, you'll have enough solutions in your pocket to just bring it out when that scenario comes up. And once you know the pattern, you can very just calmly walk through the whole thing, and it's not a stressful thing at all.
Right.
But when people are new, they get really stressed out
Yeah.
because it feels like you can't miss it one single shot,
Yes.
but you can't, but you need to be ahead of before that shot even happens.
Right.
So my answer for how many cameras and how many, so I'll give you an example. For us, we shoot again 40 to 50 weddings a year. Typically, one videographer with an assistant does the trick for us already.
Yep. 2 people. That makes sense. Yeah.
Sometimes even one.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's because we know where things need
Mhm.
to be. You mentioned something about like, if a couple's getting ready at different places. Yes and no. Because depends on how far those places are. I always try to save couples money, and I'm like, I joke, I'm a poor businessman. Let me just try to
Yeah.
figure out. I'd love to take your money, but you can do
Yeah.
this instead.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if a groom's getting ready at a different place, like at their home, and then she's getting ready at a hotel, I don't know why you wouldn't just be both in a hotel, but let's pretend. You can actually go to the groom first, shoot 30 minutes, get them doing their stuff. They can take it off again. And then the rest of the time you're with the bride until you have to go to the ceremony side. And that keeps a one camera set up just fine, or one shooter
Set up. Yeah.
just fine. Because I mean, it's a lot to have another human to add on. you know?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
So-
it gets more and more. Yeah.
And then if you have one or two videographers, you probably want 2 photographers, because if things are happening simultaneously, then you're going to want to capture
Yeah.
those things, right? But with just creative timelines, you can still make everything happen within the usual 8-hour time frame.
Mhm. Yeah.
So 1 to 2 videographers, but like let's say covering a ceremony with just one camera would be a nightmare for me.
Yeah.
Even with our
No, I
experience.
mean, that's what I think. Yeah.
Because at minimum you need 3. One close up on the groom, close
Right.
up on the bride, and then the wide shot.
Yeah.
And if you're going to deliver a full, but if they're only delivering, let's say, a 2-minute highlight, I guess, sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's still crazy.
If
Yeah.
you're paying, I'd pay like $500, max $1,000, if that's going to be the
It's
type
a
of
one camera,
coverage.
one guy, one camera.
Yeah. But all the deliverables are going to be tiny.
Yeah.
And all the advantages that I said about the relivability decreases at that point.
Yeah.
If you're going to go that direction, then there's this other fairly new service of the content creator.
Right. Correct.
And they have one camera and they're getting kind of that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And at least they are focused in telling a story,
Yeah.
and that they're not necessarily cheaper all the time,
No.
but that's similar.
Yeah. Yeah. It's another option. Yeah. So let's get into, we're almost there. We're talking about like pricing and what you would pay. So where in your opinion do you think, like, okay, when people are starting to plan and they're considering what services they are going to have, where do you put videography on the priority? I mean, it sounds like from everything you've said, you've already convinced me it should be like a top priority, which is funny because for me, I'm having my vow renewal on Saturday, this Saturday, and celebrating 10 years.
Nice.
And for me, actually, I had photography as the top because videography, just budget wise, and it was strictly about budget. Budget wise, it was like I didn't, I was like I would have thought photography's more first than videography, like was like more way down on the list, like because I'm like, I don't know, that seems like I consider it a luxury. But where, in your opinion, it sounds like, I mean, you've almost convinced me it should be right at the top there. Like,
yeah, I mean, I make a joke to my clients like that my wife is cruel in that she makes people cry. Because dude, I will show clients, like prospects, okay? Like they're just consulting with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show them someone else's wedding video and they'll start to cry.
Get emotional, yeah. Because they're
watching someone else's wedding video.
thinking about them being there and placing themselves.
So that tells me the power that this has over my pictures.
Yeah.
Because I've never showed someone go, look at this picture. Ah!
Yeah.
No, never. Not once.
Right.
But with video, strangers,
So let's ask an even harder question. What if someone's choosing between they only have budget for either photography or video?
You split the difference. You put a little bit more into the videographer. Again, we are a photo video company,
Yeah,
but I'm a photographer.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but for the sake of the memories and the sake of the bride, I will say if you had 100% is your full photo video budget and it's super tight, you might just want to invest a tiny bit more, like 70% video, and maybe take a chance on a photographer that's newer, that's still proving themselves, and you can go to Thumbtack and just say this is my
yeah,
budget,
mhm,
and weigh your options in that way.
yeah,
But if you ever go super budget, then always look out the things that I always say look out for. How responsive are they?
yeah,
And any reviews if they've even collected any at all.
yeah,
But if they have no reviews yet because they're so new, that's why they're charging so low. You gotta love their work, obviously, but at least if they're responsive,
yeah,
that's just the only way that you can tell whether
right,
or not they're gonna be on top of their business or not.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But there, slightly more for video.
Yeah, no, I feel that. No,
You-
I feel that.
when
You've
people
changed.
tell-
You've changed my mind in this podcast about how important video is.
If people say we can't afford video and they say they can't afford me, I try to recommend other videographers that I know will charge less.
Yeah.
Or again, I direct them to Thumbtack or other places like that where you can say, I only have this much for video.
Who can? Yeah,
Yeah.
who can help me out?
Who can bid for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's yeah. You've changed my opinion about that
Well,
because
then we got to figure out who's going to cover yours and talk after the show and
yeah.
see who's available.
Um, is there so for people that are on like we're talking about right now, on a really tight budget, and you again you're kind of leading into it. Is there a nice or proper way, or like how should couples approach someone like you, in a respectful way to say, like, hey, like, can you come down in price? Like, what does that conversation look like if
Exactly what
just
you
like
just
that,
did.
just it's do you consider it rude or
No,
like or anything?
money's money, and I always appreciate it when people are candid. From a vendor side, I do have to put some slight defenses up because I have been burnt when I was being negotiated down to.
Yeah, we all have.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
guess so, huh?
You show up and you're like, is it that type of situation?
Yeah, one of the times it was I mean, this guy really, really, really worked me, and we went way lower than we should have, and then we show up and it's this opulent wedding,
Yep.
and I'm like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. Wait, I got the short end of the stick here.
Yeah.
I don't assume that people are going to do that to me all the time, right? I don't know. I have a little bit of a bias, like a positive bias for people, and I just think that everyone means well. Maybe I'm a little naive in there. But I love it when couples are just candid. Like, I really love your work. We really want to work with you, but like, man, you're just way past our budget. And if they come at me that way, then I could be creative with them and say, oh, okay, well, what are you trying to work with? Oh, okay. If they aim way too low, if they tell me like, oh, we only got $500 to spend, I'm like, okay, I might not be the guy for you, but
yeah.
here's what I can do. Look for people. I will guide you on who to pick.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'll go out of my way for
Yeah,
people, even if I'm not taking.
Yeah, I do this. I do a lot of that too on
I'm
social
like-
media because I do this show and because I put out so many tips and stuff. I get people and I'll spend time with it. I'll even tell them I'll get on the phone with you for free. Like I have people in other states that contact me and like, hey, I said, here it is. I'll give you I'll help you. I'll help you however I can.
Because it all comes around.
Yeah,
somehow.
it comes back.
You don't know how, but it will.
It will. Yeah.
And so, yeah, just be honest, be candid, and have some numbers in mind.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a budget, it's really hard to do this whole
Really
wedding
hard,
thing.
yeah.
Know your budget, know your numbers before you start talking to people.
Yeah.
So that way you know where you feel safe and not.
Yeah. Because I just think like just is definitely just very audience focused here is that there's a lot of people out there that would be embarrassed or afraid to contact you knowing that like especially if your prices are already published like but in my opinion too it's like I think people should like you said be candid and reach out maybe there is a compromise. Maybe there's no booking that day. Maybe there's other things that can be worked out. Maybe like, okay, I can't, I'm going to have to make a modified package for you, to fit that. Like, there are concessions that can be made for most vendors.
I don't advertise this, but such as one of the concessions that we sometimes make will be payment plans that, let's say, even go past wedding date. I don't like to advertise that at all.
Right.
But if needed and it helps,
Yeah.
that might help someone afford us more.
Yeah. I've done it before too. Yeah.
And we're right in smack dab in the middle. So if we're going to talk, did you want to talk pricing?
No, I mean, well, it's up to you. It's up to you. That's up to you if you want to say that.
Okay. I mean, I like talking numbers.
Okay.
And I just make sure to
Some people don't because of competitors, but yeah, if you're comfortable with it, go ahead.
We're published.
Okay.
So
okay, yeah.
And I date it. Every time I mention a number on video, it's like, hey, this is November.
Yeah, we're November.
This is November 2025.
Yeah.
Our current published price is $3,000 for 8 hours of photography and $3,000 for 8 hours of videography.
Okay.
That is a very mid, even slightly low range in that middle part. So I don't know if that helps just as a ballpark for people when you're budgeting your photo and video packages.
Yeah.
That's going to be middle. You're definitely going to find above. You'll definitely find below.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I always say way below the middle ground, buyer beware.
Be careful.
And just do your due diligence.
I have the same warning about DJ prices, like wedding DJ prices. It's
and
like
in our show, we're definitely going to talk about that.
Yeah. No, that's good. And then I know this is like not ideal, but because I have so many DIY couples that watch this, let's just go the most extreme route. And that is they literally don't have a budget. Like they're bootstrapped. What recommendations would you make? Like if they're going to, let's just say they're going to DIY the video. They're going to DIY it. They're going to try and capture the moments. Like what would your recommendations be? Like if literally someone like absolutely can't, like what is the best option? Because to be honest, when people only have photography, I don't see anybody attempting to do video. I don't see a family member attempting to do it. And I'm not even like, let's just pretend no money for a content creator, which I know is a fraction of the price of video. I know that. So, what is it? Is it like a cheap tripod from Amazon and an iPhone, or like what do you think they could do like to capture on video?
Interesting question. Okay. 2 layers of answer.
Okay.
First layer kind of sidetracks your question.
Sure.
Videographers that are starting out need practice weddings.
Okay.
If you don't have anything anyway, somewhere in a forum in Facebook or wherever, you just need to if you can try to find one of those people that's just starting off.
Somebody that's literally like probably shot nothing. You're saying like maybe they're trying to get into it. They need to shoot something. And
it's always different to shoot a stranger. And if a stranger will give you a chance to shoot your first video, it's a little bit better than shooting your friends or your sisters or whatever, because you get to learn interactions with a stranger, which is what's going to be the rest of your life.
Which is going to be a client in the future. No, I like this answer. This is good.
So in those forums, in the Reddits, in the Facebook, somewhere, hunt for those. Talk to ChatGPT on how you can find those potential people trying to learn the craft, because they will give you heart.
Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because they're passionate. They want to start their business. Okay. So if you just cannot find that and you're like, oh man, OJ's convinced me we do need this, but we can't even find that and whatever. Okay. You're onto something when you said tripods.
Yeah.
I'd say tripods.
Okay.
Because at the ceremony, you want at least minimum 2.
2. That makes sense.
Close up and a wide
Close up and a wide. Yeah.
So you can even put both in the back, one wide, and then zoom the other one in.
Yeah.
But on a tripod, it'll at least stand. If you zoom in without a tripod, it's super shaky.
Right.
So you need a tripod, and they're cheap on Amazon.
Yeah.
And And then audio. Audio is really important because from that distance,
You're not
you will
going to hear
get
it.
clear audio.
Yeah.
If you at least have your phone inside your pocket recording audio,
There we go. Okay.
you will. That's what I do in an instant. If I have something, there's audio that we need, but no one told me that there was going to be like this musician over there. I go, correct phone, clap, poof,
Yep.
put it down, and then at least we're getting clean audio from that.
Yeah.
So if you have that on your breast pocket, then that can get your vowels at least clearly.
Yeah.
Or if you're holding a book, you can put the phone there.
No, this is, yeah, that's good.
And then if iMovie's free, you can sync multiple angles in iMovie.
Okay.
So if you want to DIY the edit of that,
I didn't know that actually. I didn't know you could sync
you
it.
can do it on your iPad, man.
I didn't know that. You could
Yeah.
sync it.
Yeah, you can just,
Wow.
well, it's manual. You got to,
Yeah. But yeah, you could do it. Yeah.
but you can do it. There's a lot of tutorials online how to do it. So you can at least, and the two main things to capture, if you're doing it all yourself somehow, would be the ceremony, especially the vows, and then the speeches. Same principles will apply. That on the microphone somewhere, like masking tape an iPhone to record or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Like just get something to record that mouth clearly, and have in the speeches you can even have just one,
Yeah.
just a 3-shot of make sure that the speech maker is standing next to the bride and
Yeah.
groom, so that they can be all in one shot,
Yeah.
but then have that clean audio.
Yeah. Yeah. If somebody really wants to do it, but yeah.
There you go.
No, this is
DIY.
great. No, that's great. No, I mean, because there are people that go that route. Like, I've experienced, you're not at those events, but I am. I'm at the events where a family member is doing the photography,
You want to get really
Like,
creative.
you know what I mean?
You'd have one of those repositories where everyone can add video and photos to the place, right?
Yeah. Like
They have those
the
sites
QR
now.
code things. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
And then if you have a few extra bucks, go on what's the place where you hire overseas workers?
I mean, there's a lot. I don't know any specific websites, but
where did we hire? Upwork.
Upwork.
So you go to Upwork and you find an editor that can then like cut all those
splice
things
it together for you.
Someone from Philippines, I'm Filipino, or India.
Yeah.
And we're cheap, man.
Yeah. No, that's good. No, I mean, it's good because I know it seems extreme but there are people who are on all different levels, and that's fair advice. I like your answer of just kind of putting it out there on Facebook or Reddit, like, hey, having a wedding, I have $100 for, I could pay somebody gas and a meal to come
A meal.
to come, yeah,
At least the meal.
to come video, but I literally don't have a budget, for it. And that, I mean, I have seen those types of things for DJs. Like
Oh yeah.
I've, because I'm in different DJ groups, and I've seen where people have put out like, hey, there's a gig on Thursday. Pay is only $300. Does anybody want it? And guys will respond because either they need the money, they're not working, or maybe they're newer and they're looking for experience and they're willing to. So it sounds like it could work out the same in that industry as well. That they could find somebody who maybe just wants to come do it for the experience of it.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's great advice. I'm sure someone's really gonna. I know that'll be useful to somebody for sure. Like that piece right there. That was pretty much all the questions I had for you. At this point, what I love to do is just any final thoughts or anything you want to share. Anything that maybe I didn't ask or has come to mind to you. Any final thoughts that you want to share with the audience?
One of the first thoughts was, man, that hat. Where'd you get that hat?
Universal Studios.
Oh, really?
It's the Marty McFly hat from Back to the Future.
Oh.
Yeah. They sell it at one of the studio stores there.
Marty really?
Yeah.
What scene?
When he goes to the future, and then he's in that, and they have like, the cars are hovering and the hoverboard scene.
Uh-huh.
And then like he gives him the jacket, the jacket and the shoes that lace up and the hat.
Yeah.
And he has the hat.
Oh, okay.
Almost I'm 99.9% sure.
So Epiphone Gibson, I'm a guitar guy, I'm a music guy.
Mhm.
Epiphone Gibson just released the guitar.
Oh, the guitar from the Johnny B. Good scene?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's expensive.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
So Okay, sorry, I get distracted.
No, that's okay.
So here's something that, speaking of fandoms,
Yeah.
okay, something that doesn't come up very often, but it's kind of unique,
Mhm.
and I just don't see it enough. You know, I mentioned how I do filmmaking, right?
Yeah.
You don't just have to film the wedding video and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You could do fun things.
Right.
I'll go from subtle to not so subtle.
Mm-hmm.
So in one, I shot this couple, and they were Star Wars fans. They had a little lightsaber fight scene that
Yeah.
I kind of choreographed during the wedding day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when the lights went down and they had their sabers
Yeah.
on them, and then on a wide shot, I pan up to the sky, and then in post, I added the Millennium Falcon flying over.
Oh, that's sick. That's cool.
One time, I killed a bride and groom with lightning
I like that.
because they were Halloween themed,
Yeah.
and I had them stay right after they finished their vows and everything, and it's like a same day edit. I take the footage, you shoot them without them, and then
Yeah.
I added the lightning and then the smoke,
Yeah.
and then that led to a video that we played at the reception.
Oh, that's cool.
How they're dead now, they can't make it to the reception. They did make it to the
Yeah.
reception.
Yeah.
But you know,
yeah.
we turned them into ghosts.
Yeah.
We've done how we met videos
Mhm.
where it's super simple. It's like you tell your story of how you met your
Yep.
wife, and she tells her version. I discourage talking beforehand because I want those contradictions to happen.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's
Because funny. Yeah.
Sometimes it goes as far as recreating those videos.
Yeah.
And so that we've done it where like they met at school. We went to that school. We recreated some of those scenes
Mhm.
with some of their bad acting.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. And the worse the acting, the funnier.
Yeah.
And then the couple, the people at the reception would have never have thought about that.
Right.
And it kills
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
these receptions.
No, it's very interesting.
If you want to go fully all out, and we have an episode about this right now. This couple, Jane Candace, they were fans of Walking Dead, Supernatural, and they found me somehow, and we went full on, man. We did a short film of this couple fighting zombies,
Wow.
and I turned that into a comic book also as their
Wow.
invite.
Crazy.
So, and then they fought a demon at the end, and for our wedding, this is super cool. I do martial arts,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted an excuse to have a fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we're getting introduced into our wedding day or to our reception, and now OJ and Sheila, and we're not coming. Oh, we're getting footage from OJ and Sheila, and they cut away to the video, right? And in the video, it's me going, "Oh, what's happening? Oh, blah. Oh, where's my wife? Oh no, there's these ninjas." And then I fought these ninjas in a
Yeah,
pre-shot
yeah.
fight scene. I beat up all the ninjas, and then I saved Sheila but it turns out I didn't even need to save her. She was just in the bathroom.
Oh.
And then when we came to the reception, my glasses were broken.
Yeah.
My coat was
Yeah,
messed
all
up.
messed
I'm like,
up.
oh, sorry guys, we got held back.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
Um,
fun.
So if you get,
Just shaking her head over there.
she had no clue why we were doing that too. She's like, babe, she was one of the ninjas
Oh,
because
nice.
I needed more extras.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you get a good enough videographer,
Yeah.
imagination's your limit.
Yeah. Right.
And you can make all these crazy things happen that just helps you express yourself.
No. Yeah.
And,
Be you.
and together, like
Yeah.
express yourselves as couples in the wedding day.
Mm-hmm.
The whole wedding can be that way
Right.
if you let it be that way.
If you let it be that way. Yeah.
So get the right vendors, and sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It can be it can be a very tailored personal experience, and I always encourage that too. When people are like, "We were thinking about doing this, but," and I'm like, "Do it, because you're gonna regret it. Trust me. You're gonna wish you had. Like, you're going off of other people and what other people think or whatever, and it's like, just don't regret being you on your wedding day."
yeah,
I think that's massive. Let's go through. Let's give everybody your socials. Let's give them
my social
also
security.
your your podcast, where they can find that. Your just all your socials, anything, website handles, anything you want to share with everybody.
First thing, have you ever heard of that stupid prank? Penisland.com.
Yes.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up, everybody.
Socials. What social? Okay. Well, you're probably gonna have descriptions, but
Yeah.
if you want our service for photo and video, it's hopeboatproductions.com. Hope is in hope in the world. Boat is in the thing in the water. Productions like productions.com. That's the same thing as our social media. It's at hopeboatproductions.com. It's in all the places. Our show, which Scott will be a part of very soon, is on YouTube. Since we're so new, you really have to type in the @ which I didn't even know, @ Unveiled Talk Show, and you'll see us there somehow, some way, maybe, hopefully. I think that's it.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
A lot of good information, a lot of interesting information, new information for me, and definitely like in depth. Definitely changed my mind about the importance of videography and how high people should consider it, and especially I think really the big theme that I got from this was the relivability of the media, like way more relivable than photos. Photos, I think, are definitely nice for printing, for putting on the wall, but the relivability you've convinced me of video is way more valuable in that sense. You know what I mean? To actually relive the moment and just have it and connect with it in a different way. So, both are important. I would say, after this interview, I would say they should both, in whatever way you can afford it or make it happen. People should definitely have video. I think I'm going to guess that a lot of people regret not getting video.
It happens. Yeah. It's a FOMO.
Yeah.
But we came up with a lot of different ways of attacking that problem.
Yeah. So. Which is great. And you had some great insight on that. And I know it's going to help somebody, at least one person out there. It's going to, yeah. So thanks for being on the show.
For sure.
And can't wait to be on yours.
Don't look up penisland.com.
No, don't look it up. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, drop a comment if you want us to talk about a topic or you have questions about your own wedding. We'd love to look into that. So please follow us here on Spotify or YouTube or Amazon or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, watching. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.